Okay, and I got recording in progress. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever. Okay, so right now it's about -3 or something. So what I want to have a look at today, once we go through our warm-up pretty quickly, is we're going to have a look at a little bit on fall prevention, and then we'll have a look at loosening up the hips. But we'll activate the hips a little bit before we loosen them up, okay? So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just grip and rip here, okay? Now, while I'm gripping and ripping, so I'm putting tension all the way through the upper body, okay? While I'm doing that now, I'm squeezing my abs, okay? And while I'm gripping and ripping and squeezing my abs, I'm tucking my pelvis. So from here, bringing this here. So I'm here, here, here. Now, while I'm gripping and ripping, squeezing the abs, tucking the pelvis, I'm going to squeeze the glutes, squeeze your butt, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And while I'm doing gripping and ripping, squeezing the abs, tucking the pelvis, squeezing the glutes, I'm going to lift my knees. Okay. And while I'm doing all of that, I'm going to grip the floor with my toes and turn my feet out. So I'm here, 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 here. Okay. Now break the connection with the ground. Just shake it off a little bit. Step forward, step back. Just break everything from where it is. Loosen out all the muscles again. And then lock it in again. Okay. So we go from the ground up this time. So gripping and ripping. So you want to be doing all those things at once. Okay. And relax. Shake it off. Step forward, step back. And again. Okay. Lovely. And in doing so, you should start to bring the body temperature up pretty quickly, which is the goal here. Okay. We just want to raise, just get some pressure going in the muscles just to raise a little bit of body temperature. Okay, from here now, I'm going to look up and down. Yeah, left and right. And ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder. And chin to shoulder, chin to chest, chin to shoulder. Lovely into the arms, arm circles forwards. And arm circles back. And then we're going to open and close. Okay, we're going to reel in and speed back out. So before any exercise session, we want to repeat this sequence, and then we're going to roll one way, rolling our wrists and rolling back the other way, interlocking the fingers, rolling it one way and rolling it back the other way. So remember that the point of all of this is a body scan. We're looking to lubricate the joint, take every joint in the body through a full range of motion, loosen them out a bit, push the synovial fluid all the way around the joint, activate the muscles around each joint. Okay, so it's just 2 minutes at the start of each exercise session. From here, looking up or looking up and back if I can, reaching as high, as far as I can from my feet. And then on my exhale, I'm going to go front, middle, back. So in and up, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, front, middle, back. If you don't feel like exercising, just do this 2 minute thing, right? 2 minutes, scan your body, and then see how you feel.
I didn't do that.
Huh?
I didn't do the exercise.
I didn't do the fucking exercise anyway, because fuck your feelings. And then turn to the side, and I'm almost serious with that too. Like, you know what I mean? Do what's good for you, right?
You make excuses, what?
You can fucking, there's a million reasons not to exercise. And then from here, twist, twist. And all of them are valid once or one day. But if you find yourself on day 3 and you're still making fucking excuses and you still haven't lifted a finger, just stop talking. Just do some movement. Okay, hands to your hips, hip circles.
What you're saying is take the finger away.
What I'm saying is you've got a choice, right? You can fucking make excuses forever and never do anything, or you can fucking do a bit.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? There's always an excuse not to train. Like I have loads of excuses not to train.
But you see,
There's always one. You will get it. You pay for it, yeah. From here then, toes down, toes back. And the thing is, it's the weight of discipline or the weight of regret, right? The weight of discipline weighs down to this, oh, I don't want to do this. After you'll be glad you did, and then switch into the other foot. Or you can say, oh, I don't want to do it. You can sit on your hold and roll it one way and roll it the other. You can sit on your hold and do nothing, and you can do that as often as you want. But the problem is you're going to pay for that. Like, definitely you're going to pay for it, unquestionably. If you don't move your body and use it, it gets harder and harder the older you get. And you lose shit over time, you know? Doesn't make sense at all. Right, so before we do our, no, actually, we'll do our break volume stuff first. So it's super cold outside. So there's ice outside, and my driveway is a little bit slanted, right? So when I'm coming out, the first thing that happens is I kind of sink my hips a little bit. So I just put a little bend in my knees as I'm walking, and I walk kind of this way, right? Which looks goofy as fuck. But what it does is it gives me the ability to adapt much easier. If I walk upright and skitter, okay, it's going to be much harder to move. And if you think of skiers, you don't see them bolt upright. They bend a little bit, right? And why do they bend? Because you're now using the muscles here and the muscles here, which gives you the ability to adapt much easier, okay? Which is what we want to do. Now,
to the ground.
yes, we're going to get to that just a second. No, you're right, but I'm going to get to that just now, right? So the next thing that we want to think about is, well, if we fall over, it's going to be a problem. Why have I lost? That wasn't ideal. Okay, I don't know what happened there. All right, never mind. It's back down here. Right. So, icy ground, worried about falling over. So we want to look at fall prevention. So, first of all, I'm going to bend my knees when it is icy out, and I'm going to walk a little bit more carefully. Okay, and we just gave the example thinking about skiers, right? And how so you don't see a skier bolt upright, right? They bend over a little bit. Why? Because they're gonna balance here. Okay, skaters, anything like that, because the ground is moving, they want to be able to adapt. Okay. Next thing is I don't want to fall over. Okay, that's a huge fall, and it's a huge amount of impact. I want to fall down. So when I do fall, I want to drop as much as I possibly can, straight down. Okay. The next thing then is I definitely don't want my head hitting the ground, and I don't want to land on my arm this way on my elbow or this way on my hand either. So what we need to do then is we need to get used to falling safely. Okay, now bear in mind I can't bend this knee very well at the moment, so my examples aren't going to be great here. So I'm going to squat down nice and low, get my bum as close to the ground as I can, and then roll back into the ground. Okay, so you need a nice soft bit of flooring here, and you need to make sure that there's enough space behind you. You don't want to do it now because you'll lay back and crack your head. So let's just stay on the floor there for a second. Roll forwards. Okay. Now, the more you can make that a roll, and the less you make that bang bang, the less impacts you're taking, the less damage you're going to do to yourself when you fall. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to transfer the weight along hip to shoulder. The weight wants to roll hip to shoulder. And as long as the weight rolls hip to shoulder, we can actually take quite a bit of a fall without any risk of danger at all. What we do need to do is tuck the chin into the chest here. Roll in there. Okay. Now we'll roll over to the side. Okay. So I'm going to go hip to shoulder on this side and back up, and then hip to shoulder on this side. Okay. So I'm just rolling hip to shoulder, back up, hip to shoulder, back up, hip to shoulder, back up, hip to shoulder, back up. And what we need to do is get out of this fear thing of jamming that arm out there. Because if I jam my arm out there, if I fall from a height and I jam my arm out there, it's putting a huge amount of stress here and here, where the bone, the sort of smallest bone connection there. If you're older, particularly older women, which I'm sure is sexist these days to say, but women do, your bone density decreases more than men's over time, although all decrease. You can counteract that with exercise and a good diet, right? If you do strength training, resistance training, then your bones are stronger, backed. Okay, so from here, I'm going to roll to the side, and back up, roll to the side, back up. Okay, so we get ourselves back up to standing now. Now, next thing I want to work on, yes, next thing we want to work on then is our actual balance exercise themselves. So from here, standing square, I'm going to lean forward until I have to step. And then I'm going to lean forward again until all the weight goes into my toes, so my heels off the ground. And I want to find the edge going forward. And I want to come back until I have to step. Okay, so you go into your step because that gives you your edge. Now find the edge coming back. So my toes are coming up. And as I lean back, my hands are going forward for balance, right? To even out the weight, right? So if all my weight is on this side, I fall back. But if I put a little bit of weight on that side, I can go to the same point with my butt there. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my left side until I have to step. And then I'm going to go again. Okay, now I go to my right side until I have to step. And I'm going to go again. Okay. Now I've set my edge parameters, so I know how far to go in each direction now. So I'm going to roll all my weight over to the outside edge of my right foot. So my left foot, whether it's in contact with the ground, makes absolutely no difference to what's happening here. Now I'm going to go into the little toes of my right foot. So my right heel is up and all the weight is just down here on this little toe. Now I'm going to go into the toes of my right foot. So all the weight is coming along these toes. Now I'm going to go big toes of both feet, all my weights to the forward to those. Now I'm going to put all my weight to the big toe of this foot. Then I roll it across, so it's on all the toes. Now it goes to the little toe. Now it comes to the outside edge, the blade of this foot, and this foot can come up, doesn't make any difference. Then I go back onto the heel, back here. Now back onto both heels. Whoop. Sorry, that knee is really causing problems today. Okay, and then I'm going to repeat that. So I'm going on the outside edge of my circle all the way, tracking the weight around. Okay.
Is this old, is it?
No, I tweaked it yesterday.
Okay, sure.
And no, I popped it yesterday and it swelled again. And I woke up about 9 times in the night time. Couldn't get comfortable to sleep. That's it. And rolling it. No, it got popped properly. Okay, so we're trying to get used to where our balance lies. Okay, and the more kind of rigid we go, the more difficult that is. The more you kind of slink and let things settle a little bit, the better it's going to be. But if we slink and slump all the time, then muscles get lazy. So we do need to train the muscles to hold the posture as well. Okay, from there, we're going to grab our cups. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder loosening. So grab a pair of plastic cups. Okay. So we'll loosen out my shoulders. So this one goes back and around all the way out. Okay, so just following along. Okay, so remember, if I want a pure shoulder exercise, I don't move my torso. Okay. What I really want to do is a little bit of torso. And if I want a pure torso exercise, I move it as much as I possibly can. You want somewhere in the middle. So we want to transfer this through the whole body, through the whole upper body, I should say. Okay, so that's my right. I'm going to switch to my left now. I'm going to change direction. So where I went forward last time, I'm going to go back this time. Okay, I'm going to change direction. Change direction. Whoop. I would have spilled that one there. Lovely. Okay, that'll do for loosening the shoulders for the moment. I want to activate the glutes here now for a second, just before we get into our stretching proper. So from here, I'm going to take like a lunge stance, all right? I'm going to bring everything into my lead knee. So all my weight's going in here. Now I'm going to reach to the corner as far as I can. Okay, as far as I can. And back. Now I'm going to reach down into the corner. Back. Now I'm going to reach forward, but not straight in front of this foot over here. And back. Now I'm going to reach up into the corner. And back. And what you should feel, all of these, you put an activation here. Okay. So we're getting everything into that lead glute. And back.
Getting your shoulders as well.
Back. It's coming right the way through the body. But it's really about getting this your butt activated here. Now don't let your knee fold in this way. Keep your knee out, the front knee, okay? Don't let it do that. Okay? Don't let your front knee do this. Keep your front knee here. So going as far as you can. Whoops. Fit for life, that's your loss. Bit to play, don't mind that. Okay, so don't let this happen. Keep this knee here. As far as you can, and back. As far as you can, and back. And as far as you can, and back. So I'm varying the height of these reaches, okay? And that just activates just different parts of the body. So now I'm going to bend the other knee. I'm going to go as far as I can. And back. As far as I can. And back. As far as I can. Just that. Reach. Reach. Okay, and relax there. So you're activating your glute muscles, but the whole body, the whole line, from the back of from the heel of my left foot to the hand of my right foot, everything's working there. Just all the weight goes into the lead butt cheek there. Okay, it learns to control, condition, and balance. Okay, from there we are going to drop down onto the floor, and I'm going to sit with my legs out. And I do some seated swims. So swimming forward. A little bit further on each one. Okay, go over my right side. 2, 3. On my left side. 2, 3. Okay, so now I'm going to do 3 swims to the middle. 2, 3. 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3, and 3 to the left. 2, 3 to the middle. 3 to the right. 3 to the left. Okay. Left leg's coming out of the way now. That's it. That's all I can do. Okay. With the right leg, push the back of the knee into the floor. Pull the toes up towards your nose. Walk your fingers down your leg. Grab it as far down the leg as you comfortably can. Remember, comfort is key here. Big inhalation. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And sink down. So you can get just a little bit more range. Big deep breath. Remember the goal now, weight out the tension. Find the edge of tension. Weight just next to it. And let it move for you. Okay, just kind of like blowing away fog or something, you know, rather than forcing a big chunk of metal to be flattened out. Let the fog clear a bit. And that's it. Switching over to my other leg now. Also back of the knee into the floor. Just walking the fingers as far down the leg as you comfortably can. Toes to nose. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, your chest down. Breath. Looking for that edge of tension. Find the edge and chill out until it moves for you. Okay, from here, I'm going to lay flat on my back. Pull my right knee, pull it up towards my chest, just bouncing it back and forth a little. Okay, now I'm going to pull it across to my left, and I'm going to let my hip come up. Let it go as far over as it go. Just relax there. Okay, now come back, pull it back towards your chest again. And we're just balancing it really gentle. Or I'd say balance. Balance is probably not the best word. Pulse maybe would be a better word. Okay, from here now, I'm going to draw a circle with my knee. 1, 2, 3 times one way, and then change direction. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'm gonna pull my right knee across to the left until I feel tension across the butt there. Find out where that tension is. And sit right on the edge of it. So soften it down now. Relax, relax, relax. There you go. Okay, pull it back to the chest and just pulse in there a few times. Brilliant. Okay, now go back to where it was. So bring it across to the side, keeping the hip down, find the edge of tension, and sit there. Okay, switching over to the left leg now. Pull the knee up towards the chest. So that goes again. Pull it up to the chest. Okay, we draw circles 3 times one way. Change direction. Good stuff. Pulling my right knee across to my left as far as I would go. Letting the hip come up. Chill out there for a minute. Not quite a minute, just 15 seconds. Do yet. Okay, bring the knee back up to the chest. Alright, my left knee is now going to go across to my right until I feel tension in the glutes, tension in my butt, keeping the hip down. Find the edge of that tension. Put it back up to the chest again. And bring it down to my right side again, keeping the hip down. Pull it over till you feel the edge of the tension. Okay. Lovely. Right. Back up to standing again now, guys. Just as it is cold, we're just going to kind of look at the fingers for a second. So just want you rolling your fingers like so. So when it does get cold, like I really feel it in my fingers. Okay. So I want to wiggle my fingers like this. Okay. And then if I was laying them down flat, I just lift up the little finger. See the way when I'm trying to do that, the finger next to it goes. Now I'm going to lift up the ring finger. Okay. So I had some flat surface to put them on. I can't put them on a flat surface and show you at the same time. So what I'm trying to do is lift one finger at a time. Okay. And switch in. And switch in. Switch in. Okay. And then it'll be the thumb. Okay, so I want you just to do that for a second. I want you just to move the fingers individually. It's actually hard to do in the air. You kind of need to put your hands on something. It's much easier. I couldn't set the camera up for the right angle. So I'm lifting just my little fingers. Okay, and the ring fingers. And my index. And my finger, sorry, my middle finger and then my index finger even. And then my thumbs. Okay, and just shake them out again. Roll them up a bit. All right, and we just stretch them now. So palm heel up, grabbing the tops of the fingers, driving the palm heel away and the fingers towards the forearm. Just pulling. But it's the same idea. It's not like ow, ow, ow. Okay, it's just like what's a comfortable stretch. Yeah, you're just looking for a comfortable stretch. All right, same deal on the other side. So it's palm up, grabbing the fingers, driving them out of the way. Okay, this time, thumb to chest. Okay, back of the hand on, or the palm heel on the knuckles, drive the fingers across and then drop the elbow. So you're stretching the finger extensors there. So the last one was the flexors and this one's the extensors. And switch hands. So here, here, and here. So these need like a lot less time on the stretch. Just put your hand this way, come in there. That's it. And then roll that and then drop the elbow. Okay, it needs a lot less time. You don't need to stretch these for very long. Okay, they just need a little bit of attention. And then just shake them out. Shake, shake them, shake them. They just need a little bit of attention because when it's cold like this, you do need to just make sure there's as much kind of circulation as possible. And the stretching, it does help with circulation. Like it does just ease everything out a little bit. But as I keep going on and on and on, you need stretching and you need strength. Okay, and I tend to focus on all the major stuff: squat, push, pull, hinge, press, lateral. That's the major stuff. And then minor stuff we kind of dip in and out of as we go along. It does need to be looked at, but nowhere near to the same level. Right, have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow.